Shocking twist. Is Gen Sidwell really the father of Portia's baby on General Hospital? New intel suggests Portia's pregnancy storyline is about to take a devastating turn that could destroy the Robinson-Ashford family forever. Port Charles is buzzing with speculation about Dr. Portia Robinson's shocking pregnancy revelation. But what if the real bombshell is yet to drop? While viewers have been led to believe the father is either Curtis Ashford or Dr. Isaiah Gannon, explosive new details suggest the truth is far more sinister than anyone imagined. Sources close to the storyline hint that Portia's baby daddy drama is about to take a jaw-dropping twist involving none other than the show's most dangerous villain, Gen Sidwell. The night everything changed. Remember that medical conference Portia attended months ago, the one where she and Curtis had that explosive fight over the phone about trust and loyalty. Well, it turns out that night in Vancouver wasn't just about professional development, it was the beginning of Sidwell's most calculated manipulation yet. Picture this: Dr. Portia Robinson, already emotionally fragile from her crumbling marriage, finds herself alone at a medical conference thousands of miles from home. Enter Gen Sidwell, playing the role of concerned colleague and sympathetic businessman, offering expensive wine and a willing ear to a woman drowning in marital problems. What Portia remembers, a moment of weakness fueled by too much alcohol and heartbreak, Sidwell orchestrated as the opening move in his master plan to infiltrate General Hospital's power structure. The passionate encounter wasn't random, it was strategic warfare disguised as comfort. Sidwell's twisted master plan. While Curtis and Isaiah remain oblivious to the brewing storm, Sidwell knows exactly what happened that night. He's been quietly watching Portia's pregnancy unfold, waiting for the perfect moment to reveal his ace in the hole. Having a child with the co-chief of staff of General Hospital isn't just personal leverage, it's his biological passport into the medical establishment he's determined to control. Think about it. Sidwell has been playing a much longer game than anyone realized. While Sonny Corinthos sees him as a traditional mob threat, Sidwell's real target has always been the medical community. His mysterious operations in Croatia, his interest in pharmaceutical research, his need for insider access to cutting-edge medical technology, it all points to General Hospital being the ultimate prize. A baby with Portia gives him legal standing to demand involvement in hospital affairs, access to medical facilities, and permanent leverage over the woman who could be his key to everything he's been working toward. The devastating fallout. Curtis, the ultimate betrayal. Imagine Curtis Ashford discovering that his wife didn't just cheat on him, she was intimate with their family's greatest enemy. The man who has terrorized Port Charles, threatened his loved ones, and represented everything Curtis stands against is now permanently connected to their family through an innocent child. This wouldn't just be infidelity, it would feel like an act of war. Curtis has spent months trying to rebuild trust with Portia, believing her affair with Isaiah was the worst of her deceptions. Learning that she gave Sidwell biological access to their family would shatter any hope of reconciliation. The psychological torture would be relentless. Every time Curtis looks at that baby, he'll see Sidwell's victory. Every family gathering, every holiday, every milestone will be tainted by the knowledge that their enemy has permanent standing in their lives. Trina, an impossible position. For Trina Robinson, this revelation would create an identity crisis that threatens everything she believes about family loyalty. Already struggling with complex family dynamics, she would now face the reality that her future half-sibling carries the DNA of Port Charles's most dangerous criminal. How does she love a baby while despising its father? How does she maintain her moral center when her family is biologically connected to evil? The young woman who prides herself on making ethical choices would be forced into an impossible situation with no good options. Isaiah, the unwitting pawn. Dr. Isaiah Gannon's discovery that he was merely convenient cover in Sidwell's manipulation would devastate him both personally and professionally. Learning that his genuine feelings for Portia were exploited as part of a criminal conspiracy would leave him questioning everything about their relationship and his own judgment. The professional implications would be equally serious. How can he trust Portia's medical judgment if she was so thoroughly deceived? How can he work alongside someone who unknowingly collaborated with a criminal enterprise? Portia's impossible choices. As co-chief of staff at General Hospital, Portia would face the ultimate ethical crisis. Her professional oath requires protecting the institution from criminal influence, but as the mother of Sidwell's child, she would be legally and biologically connected to the very threat she should be fighting. Sidwell would use his paternal rights as weapons. Every ultrasound appointment becomes an intelligence-gathering opportunity. Every medical consultation gives him access to hospital security protocols. Every pregnancy-related visit allows him to build relationships with key staff members. The psychological warfare would be constant. Sidwell would remind Portia daily that her moment of weakness gave him permanent power over her family. He would use her guilt, fear, and maternal instincts to extract compliance with increasingly outrageous demands. The community under siege. News of Sidwell's biological connection to the Robinson-Nashford family would send shockwaves through General Hospital's administration. Board members would face pressure to remove Portia from her leadership position. Insurance companies would demand action to limit liability. Staff morale would plummet as everyone questions their safety. The broader Port Charles community would be forced to choose sides. Should they support Portia as a victim of manipulation, or distance themselves from a security risk whose poor judgment endangered everyone? Even the criminal underworld would react. Sonny Corinthos would view this development as a serious escalation in Sidwell's war against him, but any move against Sidwell could endanger an innocent child and its mother. The legal nightmare. Sidwell would immediately file for paternal rights, using his vast legal resources to establish maximum access to both Portia and their unborn child. His attorneys would present him as a successful businessman and ideal father figure, carefully avoiding mention of his criminal activities. Court-ordered paternity tests, custody negotiations, and visitation schedules would all become weapons in his psychological campaign. Every legal victory would represent another loss of privacy and autonomy for Portia and her family. The unborn child would become Sidwell's most effective manipulation tool. He would constantly remind Portia that her baby deserves a relationship with its father, using her maternal instincts against her better judgment. The ultimate showdown. This explosive revelation would force Port Charles to confront Sidwell directly rather than allowing his slow-burn psychological warfare to continue. The community's protective instincts toward Portia and her innocent child would override their fear of his criminal capabilities. Curtis, despite his personal heartbreak and anger, would emerge as an unlikely ally in the fight to protect his estranged wife and her baby from Sidwell's manipulation. His love for Trina and responsibility as a community leader would compel him to put aside personal grievances. Isaiah would channel his guilt and anger into documenting Sidwell's criminal activities and building a legal case against him. His medical expertise would prove crucial in identifying evidence of Sidwell's illegal medical experiments. Victory against Sidwell would come at tremendous cost. Portia would likely lose her position at General Hospital and face potential criminal charges for unwitting collaboration. Curtis would need to rebuild his reputation while co-parenting a child biologically connected to his family's greatest enemy. Trina would graduate college carrying the burden of being Sidwell's biological niece through her half-sibling. What this means for viewers. If this storyline unfolds as sources suggest, it would represent one of General Hospital's most psychologically complex and morally challenging plots in recent memory. The pregnancy, that began as Portia's secret shame, would become the catalyst for the community's greatest triumph against a criminal mastermind who underestimated the power of family bonds and collective courage. This twist would test every relationship in Port Charles while exploring themes of family loyalty, moral responsibility, and the consequences of our darkest moments. The child at the center of the storm would grow up knowing their father is a criminal, but protected and loved by the family he tried to destroy. The revelation of Sidwell's paternity would mark not just a personal crisis for the Robinson-Nashford family, but a defining moment for all of Port Charles, one that determines whether love and justice can triumph over manipulation and fear in the battle for the community's soul. Next, we will learn about the explosive drama unfolding in the November sweeps for ABC's General Hospital. Fans are buzzing with anticipation as Port Charles gears up for a month packed with heart-pounding twists, shocking revelations, and emotional farewells that will leave everyone on the edge of their seats. From long-simmering mysteries to fresh romantic entanglements, the Sweeps period promises to deliver the high-stakes storytelling that General Hospital does best, drawing viewers deeper into the lives of their favorite characters amid a whirlwind of secrets and surprises. The central intrigue revolves around the ongoing saga of Drew Kane's shooting, which has kept audiences guessing since the shocking incident rocked the town. As the November sweeps approach, spoilers hint at a potential resolution that could upend everything we thought we knew about the case. With the Port Charles Police Department (PCPD) zeroing in on Willow Tate as a prime suspect. Yet, in true soap fashion, the initial person charged is seldom the real mastermind behind the bullet. Viewers can brace for a parade of alternative culprits emerging from the shadows, each with their own motives tied to Drew's complicated past in the military and his Quartermaine connections. Imagine the tension building as forensic evidence points to an unexpected ally, perhaps someone from Drew's WSB days resurfacing with a grudge, forcing him to confront buried betrayals while his loved ones rally in a desperate bid for justice. This layered investigation not only tests the limits of trust among the Kane and Quartermaine families, but also weaves in broader themes of redemption and hidden agendas that have defined Port Charles for decades. Adding to the family drama is the impending departure of Veronica Bard, Monica Quartermaine's enigmatic long-lost sister, whose arrival has stirred up the Quartermaine mansion like a storm. Since stepping onto the canvas, Ronnie has charmed most of the clan, forging tentative bonds with Edward's heirs and even sharing heartfelt moments over old family albums that reveal long-forgotten anecdotes from Monica's childhood. However, Tracy Quartermaine's skepticism remains a formidable barrier, her sharp wit and unyielding judgment painting Ronnie as an opportunist infiltrating their elite world for personal gain. Erica Slezak's masterful portrayal has been a highlight, infusing the role with a mix of vulnerability and cunning that harks back to her iconic One Life to Live days, making every scene she shares with the Quartermaines feel electric. As November unfolds, Ronnie's storyline is poised to climax with a tearful exit, possibly involving a dramatic confrontation in the Q living room where buried resentments explode into accusations of forgery and deceit. Lurking behind Ronnie's integration into the family is the shadowy hand of Martin Gray, the slick attorney whose machinations regarding the Quartermaine mansion acquisition scream foul play. Spoilers tease that Martin's involvement will intensify next month, with leaked documents surfacing that expose his role in forging property deeds and manipulating estate laws to favor Ronnie's claim. This could spark a full-blown Quartermaine civil war, pitting Tracy's traditionalist faction against Monica's more forgiving stance, complete with heated boardroom battles at ELQ and whispered alliances in the garden. Will Ronnie find an unlikely path to earning Tracy's respect, perhaps by sacrificing her own interests to protect a vulnerable family member from Martin's schemes? Or will her exit leave scars that fracture the Quartermaines for good, highlighting how greed and loyalty collide in the high society underbelly of Port Charles? Shifting gears to the romance front, the Jackley pairing Carly Corinthos and Jack Brennan is teetering on the brink of collapse amid a cascade of concealed truths that threaten to shatter their passionate connection. As Carly navigates the complexities of her life post-divorce, her bond with the brooding Jack has offered sparks of excitement. From stolen kisses in dimly lit diners to late-night confessions under the stars. Yet, underlying tensions simmer, fueled by Jack's secretive WSB ties that he's kept hidden, fearing they drive her away given her history with danger-prone partners. November sweeps could amplify this fragility into outright chaos, with Carly uncovering not just his professional deceptions, but also personal omissions, like a past affair or a hidden child that ties back to old Port Charles scandals. Picture explosive arguments in Carly's Metro Court office, where glasses shatter and ultimatums fly, forcing Carly to question if love can survive in a world of constant lies. Celebrating a milestone amid this turmoil, Laura Wright, who marks 20 incredible years as Carly Corinthos on November 4th, a testament to her enduring chemistry with the role and the fans who adore her fiery portrayal. stepping in as the fourth actress to embody Carly back in 2005. Wright transformed the character from a troubled outsider into an indomitable force, navigating everything from corporate takeovers to heartbreaking losses with unmatched intensity. To honor this anniversary, General Hospital might treat viewers to a special Carly-focused episode during sweeps, flashing back to pivotal moments like her early clashes with Sonny or her triumphant motherhood arcs, interspersed with new scenes that showcase her resilience today. Such an installment would not only spotlight Wright's longevity, the longest tenure in Carly's history, but also delve into Carly's evolution, exploring how the decades have shaped her from vixen to matriarch, all while hinting at the fresh challenges ahead in her unraveling romance. Recent developments have already set the stage for these romantic upheavals, particularly during the week of October 6th, when Jocelyn Jacks dropped a bombshell on her mother by revealing that Vaughn was none other than a covert WSB agent. Joss, ever the dutiful daughter, had been roped into distracting Carly while Brennan huddled with Jason Morgan on a classified matter, opting for brutal honesty over deception, a classic WSB maneuver to maintain operational integrity. With Vaughn positioned as Brennan's trusted second-in-command, Carly's eventual discovery was inevitable, turning her initial concern for Joss's distress into blazing anger toward her boyfriend for withholding such perilous information. The writers are masterfully building suspense around Carly's reaction to Joss's WSB entanglement, suggesting that November will unleash a torrent of confessions. From Vaughn's undercover exploits to Brennan's role in high-risk ops that could endanger the entire Jax Corinthos circle, this revelation might even pull in Jason for a tense intervention, bridging old flames and new threats in a web of espionage that feels ripped from a thriller novel. As these secrets bubble to the surface, the sweeps month offers prime real estate for even bigger bombshells, including the tantalizing prospect of Maxie Jones's return to the fray, with Nathan West's recent reappearance stirring up nostalgia for their whirlwind romance. Maxie's homecoming could ignite a subplot filled with joy, jealousy, and unexpected reunions at the nurses' ball or a casual Crimson magazine event. Kirsten Storms, who has captivated audiences as the sassy editor and devoted mom, teased in a pre-hiatus Instagram video that her alter ego would grace screens in either November or December, fueling speculation about dramatic entrances like Maxie bursting through the Quartermaine gates with urgent news on Ronnie's plot. Her return wouldn't just reunite fans with a beloved character, but could tie into the WSB intrigue, perhaps revealing Maxie's own brushes with international spies during her absence, adding layers of adventure to her personal life struggles with co-parenting and career ambitions. In wrapping up this preview, ABC General Hospital's November sweeps are shaping up to be an unmissable roller coaster of emotion and intrigue, blending classic whodunits with heartfelt milestones and pulse-racing romances. Whether it's the unmasking of Drew's assailant in a rain-soaked alley showdown, Ronnie's poignant farewell amid family fireworks, or Carly's anniversary amid heartbreak, every episode promises twists that honor the soap's rich legacy while pushing boundaries into fresh territory. Tune in daily as Port Charles delivers the drama we crave, proving once again why General Hospital remains the gold standard of daytime television, full of surprises that keep us hooked from dawn till dusk.